And we see the debut of Morché getting the start here tonight. First start of the season for her with Tampa Bay.
Fort Lauderdale United will come out in the 4-3-3. Lindahl coming in on the right, a new player to the starting lineup so far in this season. Raji and Smith will play a little bit lower, allowing McCain to kind of float in midfield. And that is a front three that's really exciting with Hamid, Carlee, and Gordon up top.
Hamid, the reigning USL Super League Player of the Month. Here's the coach, Tyrone Mears. Played for Manchester City among his stops as a professional player, nearly 2 decades long, as his group enters the match in 4th place on the league table. Tampa Bay, led by Denise Schulte-Brown, had a great career at South Florida, 17 seasons there, 8 NCAA tournament appearances, and she feels like this team can really take the step forward, utilizing the analytics that we'll talk about as we go through this match to try to develop this group for the second half of the year. Tampa Bay Sun and Fort Lauderdale United. It's a coastal clash here in Tampa Bay. We're ready for action, and the second half of the USL Super League inaugural year is underway. Victoria Haugen turns. It's one of these new players for Tampa Bay. Haugen out of Virginia Tech. And it leads to a run here. Natasha Fløe has scored in 3 straight home matches. Twirls this ball right at the top of the 6th. Nielsen's shot gets blocked. Otherwise, it would have been an opener in less than 5 minutes. That's another chance for a long ball, and Almendares loops it right in. Flint touches it. Flint pokes, and Morché comes over to punch it away. There's this ball along the sideline. Hamid jumps in, and this shot does end up in the arms of Orkus. First save tonight made by Sprints, stops, and there's your first half whistle. Scoreless after 45 minutes in this matchup between Tampa Bay Sun and Fort Lauderdale United.
It definitely has a better shape in the way they're building up. They have very creative midfielders, and there's the long ball service we were talking about early on that has purpose.
Hamid. There's 1v1. Hamid shoots this ball. Hamid ripples the rope from long distance. Fort Lauderdale United get the opener, leading 1-0.
And this is exactly what we talked about in the first half. Just because you play long doesn't mean that you are out of control. There's purpose to it. This is absolutely hit on a rope from Laurel Ansborough to Hamid that sprays her into the wide space. It's a good first touch to bring it down, and then goes in the 1v1. There's no cover because there's a 3-back, so Haugen's just defending on her own, a little back and forth there, and then look.
Against the top 4 in the USL Super League. 1 win, 3 losses, and 3 draws. Here's Gordon. Gordon measures. Gordon rips this ball past the keeper, and Shania Gordon makes it a second. Silencing the crowd and elating her family.
Well, again, Fort Lauderdale United finds the wide space. The family's excited about it. Shania Gordon giving them an absolute show so far in this game. Hamid wins it on one side, finds Addie McCain, and with one pass, she finds Shania Gordon on the far side. What happens?
Trying to keep this clean sheet. Nasello trying to change that. Nasello, 2 defenders around, wins the race around Lindahl, chops this one in. It takes a bounce off of Giammona. Morché leaps through the air and keeps it out. Nasello dodges. Lindahl right on top of her. Nasello goes down. It's a penalty and a chance for Tampa Bay to get back in this.
Letting this ball go outside the penalty area, but she is allowed to turn and face by Lindahl. Uses a little bit of deception, finally gets a half yard of space, and then a diving.
Can Morché come up with another big save? Carlee Giammona strikes this ball and finishes. The Sun are back in it. It's 2-1.
Well, we certainly talked about it. They needed something. They needed something in the penalty area, set piece, and that's what they earned. They get this foul, they get the penalty, and who other than Carlee?
This could be a 3-point swing and a 4-point edge for the final playoff spot after tonight. Goins hits it first time. It winds up in the middle. Clark takes a tumble. She draws the penalty, and Tampa Bay have a chance to tie it up in stoppage time.
And this is how they started the game. It's that repress.
It's very similar to the first meeting. In stoppage time, it was an equalizer from Fort Lauderdale United. Morché looks to preserve the advantage. Nielsen strikes it. Morché can't get a piece. Nielsen scores and ties the tally at 2 in the 95th minute.
Football's such an interesting game, and the run of play, Tampa Bay Sun not.
Here's this cross coming in. Orkus gets both paws to it. Right back to where it started from. A second phase action. A couple headers away. Brooks, it's lobbed back in. McCain gets a piece. Orkus saves. The league's leading goal scorer nearly snuck one past, but Orkus rescues. Nielsen hits this ball from midfield, and Morché was retreating to get there in time.
And it's the second and third phases of what Denise Schulte-Brown talked about, the remarking and making sure on those second services they were ready and alert, and they were in that moment.
So a test passed. We've played 100 minutes. How much more could there possibly be? None is the answer. And for the second time in the Florida Derby, it's a draw.